Sadly, our nation has ignored and rejected the moral laws of God, clearly written in Scripture for all to see. Without God's blessing and protection upon our nation, we're no longer shielded from evil and disaster. Revelation 20 says, "If anyone's name was not found written in the Lamb's Book of Life, he's thrown into the lake of fire." The Book of Life contains the names of those who have put their trust in Christ to save them. If you are not in the Lamb's Book of Life, you will not go to heaven. It's not how many times you've been to church or if you've lived a good life. There are no grey areas in God's judgments on his people. If by faith we've not identified with Christ, confessing him as Lord, there will be no hope, no second chance, and no other appeal. It's if you've believed on the one and only Son of God and his redemptive work at Calvary. Believers who wait for Christ's return can expect increase in opposition, hostility, affliction, persecution and death. This doesn't mean that we compromise the truth, as Christ made it clear that his word would offend many. At the rapture, the believers will have gone. Churches will be fairly empty and the world will be relinquished into the hands of the devil for about a period of 7 years. The Antichrist will be a member of a 10-kingdom federation who controls the world at that time. He'll destroy the apostate church, which has helped him to rise to power. At present, the world is waiting for a man who will come along and sort out the world's monetary problems, just like Hitler did. He'll apparently put everything right, and everyone will rejoice in a wonderful boom in trade and commerce. But in 3.5 years, everything will start to crumble. The world will feel the full wrath of God's anger for their sins and his rejection of his Son, Christ. The Antichrist will be indwelt by the devil, and together with his religious leader, they'll form a triune power that will hold the people of this world in his control. 3.5 years into this period of conflict that sweeps the globe, food will be so expensive that many will starve. Earthquakes so severe that the islands of the globe will move their positions or even disappear altogether. The world will be bombarded by falling stars and meteors. The 144,000 Jews who were chosen to preach the gospel at that time will be protected. Asia and China muster up 200 million ground troops to move west to take control of the Middle East, where the Antichrist has established his rule in Jerusalem. The image of the Antichrist has been set up, and anyone who refuses to worship it is put to death. At this present time, as the Jewish people return to their homeland and Jerusalem becomes the centre of conflict, now is the time to accept the salvation being offered to us by the Messiah and make sure that we have a future in his coming kingdom. Because of the uncertainties of life and the absolute certainty of death and the imminent return of Jesus for his people, it's imperative that we listen and heed God's final call.